Women hate a dude with no bed frame, I've noticed. Women hate a dude with no bed frame.
That's really
I have a bed frame, a bed skirt, a top sheet, a duvet cover, and some throw pillows. Turns out that's too far the other way. And it's like, make up your mind. You can either have sex with men you're really attracted to, or on my nice bed. Pick one. Fellas, you ever be having sex with a girl, you go in, no condom, you come out, you got one on? How convenient. I don't even have to go to the drugstore after this. What else you got in there? If you're a woman and you're laughing right now, you are my type. A lot of dudes will joke around about carrying a condom on them that they never end up using because they never get laid. That is not relatable to me at all. I have a condom on me right now that I've used like 5-6 times. You have to reduce your carbon footprint. God forbid a video surfaces of like a baby turtle with a new hat. And they start making us use paper ones. Or one metal one that you keep forever. Dishwasher safe, you know. You ever date someone that's so hot that they don't have to hide their red flags from you? I was seeing this girl, I was like, what's up? She's like, I don't know how to vote. I was like, that's cool, like, I'm still trying not to blow it with her. Like, that's totally cool. I have a dog, do you like dogs? She goes, dogs suck, dude. Like, ooh, this is gonna be difficult. Do you want me to kill him for you? Whatever you need. My last relationship, I was so into it, I was defending astrology to my male friends. Do you understand the level? I've been telling women that I'm polyamorous. I've been telling women that I'm poly, so that they think I'm hot enough to pull off having 2 girlfriends at the same time. I say hot enough because I thought polyamory was reserved for the hottest people in society. And buddy, it is not. Have you seen these people? It's amazing who gets away with it. I don't think it's for me though, polyamory, multiple relationships at the same time. I don't think that's for me. I've never been in the middle of like an exhausting argument with my girlfriend and thought, you know what would solve this? More people. Let's set up teams, baby. I'm at an age where a lot of my friends are having kids. I don't think it's for me. Like, I don't know what bar my credit card is at right now. So, human life might not be like the next step. I left my apartment the other night at 2 in the morning for no other reason than to buy a frozen pizza from a gas station. Went home, preheated the oven, set the pizza down on the counter, and went to bed. Woke up the next morning horrified. I could have died. I don't really know if I could have died. I don't know how my oven works. But the oven was super hot and the pizza was completely thawed out. So I threw it in. Cooked in like 2 seconds. It was amazing. I'm the shit. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have kids. That's my point. I wouldn't know what to name a kid. Do you just pull a George Foreman and name all of your children after like George Foreman? I don't know if you know, but George Foreman, the boxer, named 6 of his own children George Foreman. And one of them is a girl. And like, sure, that's like her name's Georgetta. But that's kind of a woman named George Foreman for the rest of her life. I don't think that turned out to be as cute as he thought. I don't think he's like, hey, George Foreman, and they all like appear at the dinner table. I think he's more like, hey, George Foreman, and each kid individually is like, there's only a 1 in 6 chance he's talking to me. I'll probably just ignore him for the rest of my life. George Foreman becomes resentful because they don't like the name. He's like, I can't leave my legacy with these ingrates. I gotta do something big. I gotta create and market the world's best ever hamburger machine. Name that George Foreman. It'll outlive all of us. That concludes the George Foreman segment. Thank you for staying with me on that. We don't have time. Listen, a lot of dudes like to be called daddy nowadays in a sexual way. I think that's weird. I prefer to be called like Dennis or Eugene or whatever your dad's real name is. Honor thy father. It says it in the Bible. I was on a date with this girl and her phone rang and the caller ID said daddy. She goes, look who's calling me. I go, oh, you have a boyfriend? She goes, no, that's my dad. I'm like, oh, you call your actual father daddy? Gross. That's weird too. A couple weeks after that, it occurred to me to ask her, like, hey, what's our birth control method? She goes, oh, don't worry. I just know my body really well. So I'm probably an actual daddy, you guys. If you guys are anything like me, your parents paid a guy to cut some of your penis off and throw it in the trash. Luckily, they did it right away, and not like at my Sweet 16 as a prank. I think it's strange that we're still doing that to baby boys, though. But I get why you would do it. You don't want your son to feel insecure in the locker room at school during mandatory dick comparison time. When the coach comes out and makes all the kids compare dicks with each other, and then they bully your kid for not being circumcised. Look at this kid with his whole dick. What a loser. All right, you guys have been wonderful. That's my time. I'm Zach Dietsch. Thank you so much. Thank you.